So let's see what's up with Crip Mac, right? What's up with the Crips? What's popping with Blue Boy? Oh my God, yeah. So I don't know, man. I just decided today that I was gonna go live and I wasn't gonna post a regular video. So I decided that I'm gonna talk about Crip Mac, Blue Boy, the whole Crips gang organization in LA, New York City, because you know I live in New York City, Brooklyn. Facts. Shout out to anyone who tunes in or tunes out. You heard? We in the building. Facts. But this right here. This is you heard? This is Killer Kev. And Killer Kev seems to be talking about Blue Boy. But I think that was in those times. I don't think. I actually know. That was during the time that we was all making videos. I was making videos. Killer Kev was making videos. It was a lot of us making videos, right? Look, I could show you more proof. Oh, look right here. For example, let's take this pop and let's copy paste the ace the race, right? Just so we could get back to that. But I'll show you right here what comes up as soon as I post this in here. Ping. Bop. Of course, it's me, the video right now, right? Bop, but you see my video with Blue Boy. That's my video right here. You see me in the video. And the dude that I'm interviewing, speaking about being arrested with Blue Boy, is Van. Van is a guy who did a bid with me in the state penitentiary. The name of that video was Blue Boy Crip gang member asked to see him, Bop, because Blue Boy asked that he wanted to see Van and all that. So Van's trying to step to his business. You heard? Back. So there's another one of me, and there's a bunch of me and Blue Boy. Me speaking about Blue Boy. And shout out to Blue Boy because he reached out to me and he reached out to others that knew me and people was calling me behind the scenes. Yo, Blue Boy want to talk to you. And I honestly feel that if Blue Boy would have got with me or I would have hurried up to Blue Boy, he probably would have never been locked up right now. Facts. I could promise you that because I was going to show him everything. And I just feel... I don't know, bro. I don't want to feel like if I let him down because I didn't really know him, but he knew my peoples and he reached out to talk to me like on 5 different occasions. These are all facts. I never lie. I don't have to lie about no gang member when I was on Rikers Island and in the state penitentiary shaking it up more than anybody. Facts. I could tell you that for a fact. And there's people that'll come on my videos and say it. And people have said it. Like, I don't need to show off or none of that, bro. I make a video. I do what I do. But in real life, if you know me, then you know me. Facts. And you know I'm not playing with nothing or nobody. Facts. So, in the early 80s and the 90s, it wasn't like a under pressure type situation. Like, honestly, for those people that may not like it or may not understand it, it's just a fact, right? That there was like 5%ers, and basically that was like really it, and Muslims, but the Latin Kings and the Nietas had the jails under pressure, like super tight gripped. Pop! Facts. So much that other people got jealous and started their own gang, and then we allowed them to blossom. We allowed other gang members to blow up their gang. Like, go ahead, y'all got permission. These are all facts. I'm never gonna lie, bro. There's no need to lie. So sometimes when I see dudes making videos, like, and talking a lot of shit, bro, understand that a lot of these dudes, bro, I promise you, they was not in the state penitentiary. They wasn't on Rikers Island. And if they was, right, they was, because And what kills me is that a lot of them got platforms, right? And these dudes are derelicts like times 10, bro. I promise you. Looks are deceiving because you come on here and you see a nigga like, I forget these dudes' names, bro. But this dude that's bad talking, like the dude that's bad talking, even Bimmy. Talking about, yo, I had it locked, this and that. My nigga, get the fuck out of here. You had what locked? They go to jail, they quiet as fuck, and then they come to the internet and they live wires now. You get it? But if you was in the mix, you will understand when a nigga come through, you knew what time it was. So let's not try to stun and act like you was all a gorilla and a killer and all that, because you wasn't coming in my house with that, or you wasn't going nowhere where I was at with that. Facts. But these dudes come to the internet and I see them now and they be lying, and I'm like, yo, they just letting this dude just lie. Here's one thing about Warpath. I've never came to the internet and made no lie, bro. In fact, I toned my stories down. This is another liar right here. Pop. This dude right here. Come on, inside New York City prisons. Bro, if this nigga was ringing bells, trust me, I would have known him. When was he in jail? Like, we were in jail 2 different times, homie. I would have known this nigga. You get it? But these dudes, here they go to shows. The nigga from the show want to pay him so he'll go on the show or what have you, right? And tell a story. But if you listen to their story, they really saying nothing. They don't really name nobody that you put in that work on. Nothing. And any of these dudes that say they was there the years that I was there, they're lying. Now, I could tell you who was there. Like Killer Kev and them was there. I was in those buildings. I was in the building with the dude from Staten Island. There's like their co-defender or something. Like, he was in my house in 1A. I was only in 2 houses in HDM. 1A and 1B in the pre-bing. Facts. I promise you. And there was none of these dudes putting in more work than Warpath. And you can ask anybody. Now, we got a lot of non-fucking valid dudes coming to the internet telling these stories because they feel like a dudes ain't gonna come up here and say their stories or whatever. Homie, we here. You get it? Like, homie, there was none of these fucking guys were on Rikers Island shaking it up or none of that, bro. Facts. And if they was there the year that I was there, they would have known me. Facts. I'm telling you, bro, I don't make shit up or nothing. I just say, you know what? I'm tired of these niggas. So from now on, like I've been talking facts, right? But I'm going to make it super factual for you, bro. Now, this guy right here, he was on Rikers Island a few times. I seen him. Like, I wasn't around him, I think, like living, but I seen him. Here's the thing with me. I never paid mine to like, yo, what gang you running? Like, yo, the leader of the Bloods or whatever. I didn't give a fuck about that. Like, you got to remember, right? The Bloods always wanted me to be Blood. I was a well-known Latin King member that will put you in a hospital in 2.5 seconds. I promise you. And anybody who ever was around me in the state penitentiary or on Rikers Island understood and understands that till date. Like, one thing I don't play is when a nigga's trying to violate one of my peoples or nothing. And when I say my peoples, I don't mean like everybody, like you Latino. Nah, I mean, if you was LK, none of these dudes was violating you, bro. None of these dudes. If you was in my house, they not saying nothing. They was church. Oh, I promise you. I was on Rikers Island in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, and all that. So these niggas come with a lie. And if you let them tell their lie, it looks in the media, it looks like, yo, the Bloods got it smashed, bro. They run all the jails in New York. They been had the jail smashed. So that was all a lie while you was hearing. Nah, bro, you was hearing the facts. You're bugging out. You must have fell. I promise you, bro. You crazy? We was giving them niggas a hard time, boy. I promise you. I know I for sure was. And although a lot of bloods got along with me, but the bottom line is, whatever you spit out your mouth, like Pistol Pete came out and told the story. Now you got some other little niggas. Everybody has a problem. Bro, Pistol Pete ain't lying. He's saying facts. That's like if I told you, boy, I have Rikers Island smashed. And I did. And all the bloods that was there was like, yo, war. Everything was your warpath. I promise you, super nice. So what were you going to say? I'm lying too? You get it? I don't lie on the internet, bro. But these dudes get mad when they not being bigged up in the videos here. You get it? Get the fuck out of here. What y'all did was you took any bum nigga from the street and converted him. And, bro, I could take 1 million bum niggas too. But here's the thing. Kings, we don't allow bum niggas.
Salute, man. We got the OG in the building, you heard? We just sitting here talking about Blue Boy going up north and the cut situations where he heard about, you know, between Mano and Bar. So, you know, I asked the OG, you know, first and foremost, he thinks Blue Boy is dead. I keep trying to tell him Blue Boy is not dead. He just did an interview from out of prison. You can hear a phone call saying you have 1 minute. But anyway, make a long story short.
Definitely Blue Boy is not dead. Shout out to Killer Kev, right? I respect Killer Kev, not only because of what he said, but because he saw it, right? So I was on the internet and I was going back and forth with somebody. I don't even remember. It's a long time ago, bro. Killer Kev came out and said, nah, I fuck with Boy. Boy is not lying. Boy's telling the truth. Because I was like, yo, nigga, I had the island smashed. Rikers Island, the state penitentiary, all my bids. Not just one bid. Every bid. I went into the house and I took the phone. I promise you. Every bid. When I get packed up from a house, dudes on the island used to be like, oh, fuck. I hope they don't put them here. I had dudes on the gate before I come in with my chain and my velour, because I always rocked it when I got transferred. Boom, I had my velour and my chain on. You could see dudes in the house going up to the CO and all that. Like, yo, you gonna put them in here? Them niggas were ratting, bro. They were ratting on telling the CO not to put me in the house. There's gonna be a problem. As soon as I went in the house, sure, there was a problem. Y'all gotta run one of them phones. Facts. I promise you. So if we're gonna talk, let's talk the truth or shut the fuck up. Facts. Because I'm gonna spill the beans and I'm gonna say everything, bro. And dudes will feel smashed, bro. I promise you. Dudes will feel smashed. But these dudes, here's the thing. When you tell stories, right? When you tell Rikers Island stories and all that, a lot of these dudes can't deal with the truth. So I think that's why some of our peoples fall back with saying the truth, right? Like, and the majority of people, like a lot of dudes, when it comes to like even kings or what have you, a lot of dudes, bro, honestly, except like the dudes, if you valid, you valid. But a lot of these niggas is washed the fuck up, bro. If you're not repping no more, they want to rep on the internet. That's it. You heard? They want to rep on the internet, these clowns. You heard? You go outside, you walk right by him, son don't say nothing to you or nothing. You don't even know he's king. You get it? Like, bro, that shit is just weird to me, bro. You heard? And when dudes tell me, yo, like, you still with that? Yeah, nigga, what the fuck you think, nigga? Like, these dudes, bro, when you join something, right? When you join something, it's up to you die, my nigga. Other than that, I'm still gonna break you up, right? Because you was a liar. Because you lied. Because you lied, bro. Facts. So when a nigga asks me, yo, you still kinging? Yo, let me ask you something, bro. When you took your oath or whatever you did, right? Like, what did you read, bro? Did you read something different from what I read? So how